What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing? Oh my god, I know it's been forever. I'm sorry. But a lot has happened. A lot has been going on. That's why I have not been making any videos. I literally had everything written down in like a book. Like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this week and then this that week. I had it all figured out, and then life said, whoa there. Yes, so like right here. Anyway, so this video is gonna kind of be not as long, but it's gonna be very direct, very short, because I do want to just like have good content, but I also want to have content that makes sense, if you get what I'm saying. So while I have the time, while I'm sitting in the car, because I have like 20 minutes to spare, might as well do my video, right? So here we go. So part of the title of this video was just basically what's been going on. So I started school. Woo! Yes, I started school again. I'm going for nursing this time. Yes, I like giving advice. Yes, I like doing YouTube. Yes, I also like eventually want to start doing the podcast again. But I also do have a love for helping people, which I guess it all coincides together, but I do have a love for helping people, and I do have this thing for like babies, like working in the NICU or working in the labor delivery floor, or you know, something with children or babies. Not necessarily being a teacher, but something in that field. So I am in school for nursing. I'm trying to switch my career. I don't know why my hair is so damn dry, and I just washed it. Anyway, so I'm switching my careers. I don't know if I elaborated on this, but I do have 2 degrees in criminal justice. I graduated from John Jay in 2016. I thought criminal justice would have given me some type of outlet and some type of something, but like purpose, I guess, but it didn't. I felt like I was struggling more. And I gave criminal justice 10 years of my life. Because right out of high school, I went to community college and I started working towards my criminal justice degree, but it didn't go how I wanted it to. If you are a criminal justice major, you know exactly how wide or how, I can't think of the word, but just how many different like fields within the criminal justice system that you can go into. But it's not as easy as everybody thinks it is. I had originally took a test to go join NYPD. That fell through. I was like literally this close and the shit fell through, so that didn't happen. Took other civilian tests for state troop, for Port Authority, just did everything. And literally when I tell you, it was either the tests never happened, I never got called, or it was a matter of the test expiring. Yeah, that's why I said it right. Expiring before I can even start the whole system, like start the whole process to go through. So I gave it time. I, looked for jobs. I tried to find internships. I tried to do everything. And when I tell you, it literally did not happen how I thought it would. It just made me like feel like, okay, so I wasted 10 years of my life because I only now working TSA, so it's part of the criminal justice, I guess, if you want to say, like Homeland Security. But I felt like I wasted 10 years, and I told myself, if at 30 years old if I'm not set in my career, I'm changing my career. Like, I'm not going to sit here and just keep giving more and more time to a field where I'm not getting anything out of it. So that is the big part as to why I decided to go into nursing. When I graduated high school, I wasn't really into it. I think it was mainly because, one, I was scared of math and science. I hate math and science. But now I have more of an understanding and more of a, like, my patience span is like bigger now than it was when I graduated from high school. So I'm able to obtain the information better, and I'm able to just like really give my all to studying and give my all to like understanding and wanting to understand or wanting to know what it is that I'm getting myself into. So I thought long and hard before applying to school, because that's extra loans and extra money that people ain't trying to pay. We ain't trying to pay that, period. But I definitely gave it some time and gave it some thought before I said, okay, let me enroll into school and to do something completely different from what I'm doing now. So I'm in school, so that's one thing. Two, also trying to get my business going and getting it up. I do individual lashes. These are my lashes as well that I sell. I sell strips, and I also do individual lashes, and also I sell lip glosses as well. So trying to keep up with that type of, also being an entrepreneur, doing my something else that I like to do, which is cosmetic stuff. I like makeup, I like lashes, I like lip glosses, I like all that stuff. So I am trying to dip into that field as well. So doing that. Something else that if it does happen, I will vlog it and let you guys know what's going on with it, but I won't speak on it yet because, you know, that'll be just for another video. But so that has happened. Don't mind my nails. I know if you guys see me messing with my hair, as I always do, I have like one nail that's off. This is why I don't do gel manicures. I just do my acrylics and call it a day, because we don't have this problem. But yeah, so that's really what's been going on. But me basically telling you about going to school again is how, like, you know, the intro to the video. So the topic of this video is basically starting over. And it's like starting over with anything in your life. Like literally any and everything that has happened in your life. And sometimes people feel like, okay, well, I'm at a certain age and I feel like I shouldn't be starting over. I should be well into what it is that I'm doing. I should be making this amount of money. I should be living here. I should be doing X, Y, and Z by a certain age. And it's great for you to have that mindset and for you to want that for yourself, because everybody should want that for themselves. But sometimes it just doesn't happen in the way that we want it to happen. So just like I said just a minute ago, I thought I would be in my career by now. I thought I would be well into my career. I thought I would be making the money that I thought I would be. I thought I would at least be sergeant or detective. Like that was my thought process when getting into criminal justice. I didn't necessarily want to stay in NYPD, but that was my foot into the system, if you want to say that. And I thought by now I would be up there in the ranks somewhere, and I would be just on a different level. And clearly, like I said, my life did a detour, and that did not happen the way that I thought it would happen. So a lot of people feel, especially I think at my age, I think I told you guys I'm 30, but if I didn't, I'm 30 years old. I'll be 31 in June. A lot of people feel like, damn, I don't want to start over now. Like I've given all of my time to this one thing, to this one job, to this one career, to this one person, to this one type of, you know, lifestyle, if you want to say that. And to now flip it and to switch it, like that's a waste of money, that's a waste of time. Ain't nobody got time for none of that. Which is true. And like I said, I had to give myself a lot of time and really think, like, do I want to do this? Do I want to just be okay where I'm at right now, just move up further in, you know, where I can become supervisor and I can become a manager and I can go further up to that? Or do I just want to be somewhere where I'm actually happy and I want to make more money and I want to feel like I'm being compensated for what it is that I'm doing? And that was the teeter back and forth that I was going on with for like the last 2 years or so. And it was difficult. It was real fucking hard. Like Anybody that sits here and tells you that that wasn't the situation, that wasn't the case, it's not that hard, just pick something and just do it. It is hard because you don't want to waste another 10 years of your life doing something that you don't want to do. But ultimately, starting over is perfectly fine. You can start over at any point in your life, and don't feel like you're late. I hate cars that do that. You're not even going anywhere. Anyway, don't feel like you're less than because you're not where everybody else is at in your life. You know what I mean? That was another part that I really had to understand and just to accept and be okay with. I know a bunch of people, even just through Instagram, I know a bunch of people who I grew up with, who I went to preschool with, who I went to grade school with, high school, college, everything. And they're well into their careers, they have homes, they have a family, they're married, they're getting married, they're making good money. Even, family who are into their careers now, who are doing better for themselves. And I felt like, well, damn, like, why am I not there? Why, that feeling guilty, like, oh my God, like, what am I doing wrong that I'm not there where everybody else is at? And a lot of it is the choices that we make. Again, I didn't think that this would be the situation. I thought that I would be well into my career, like I said, making a good salary and not necessarily having to worry about certain things. But I'm a spiritual person. I won't say I'm religious, but I'll say that I'm spiritual. God always has a way of showing you how your life is going to go. You've probably heard of this saying, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. My mom used to tell me that, and I actually, when she told me that when I was younger, I was like, what are you talking about? And now that I'm older, I can honestly see that, because how I pictured my life even before going to high school, even in high school and going to college, the complete opposite. It didn't happen the way that I thought it would. So it's a matter of accepting the fact that, okay, my life didn't go the way that I thought it would go. That, it's a completely different, like a whole 360 from where I thought my life would be at. But my life is not as bad as I know it could have been. And that was what has helped me to continue to push on and to continue to move forward in my decision making with my career, if that makes sense. So I say that to say this: if you don't know where you're going right now and you're in your 30s, you're in your mid 30s, you're still trying to figure it out. Even if you're in your 20s, like let's understand this. If you're in your 20s and you don't know what you want to do, you still have time. Let's not let social media make it seem as though, oh, we need to have everything. And this is the part that I kind of fucking hate about social media, especially nowadays, because it makes you feel like you're not doing enough. And what you're doing right now, as long as you're heading toward what it is you want to do, you are doing enough. You're doing enough for the time being. But you obviously will make those strides and make those moves to do more for yourself, if you get what I'm saying. But social media makes it seem like you're supposed to have a house, a car or two, be on vacations, have over 100,000 in your bank account before you're 21. Excuse me, who the fuck made that rule up? I don't understand. Where did that come from? If that's what you need to have by 21, or if you don't have that, you're a lame, you're a bum, you're this. Excuse me, calm it down, relax. You're not supposed to have all of that at 21. I didn't have all of that at 21. I had a car, yes, but did I have a car? I ain't had no damn car. What am I talking about? I had my mother's car. I had my parents' car. I had the family van. Matter of fact, I had a minivan at 21 that I was driving around. I didn't get my first car until, how long I had this car? 4 years. No, 4 years? 3 years. 4 years. I had this car for 4 years. I had my Civic for 4 years. I didn't have a car until 8 years ago. I'm 30. So nowhere does it say that you need to have something by a certain time. So let's just cut that whole narrative out that you need to have all of this, have your life together and in order by 21. If it is, congratulations. I'm happy for you, and I hope you continue to move in that direction. And the sky's the limit. I hope you continue to have that type of success in your life. But if you're nowhere near that, and you're just trying to figure what life is like, trying to understand who you are, it's okay. You're fine. How you're moving is okay. As long as you're making a move, you're okay. You're fine. You're doing something. You're heading toward that. It's okay. It's okay to start over, even if you give yourself all this time. I know people who have went to cosmetology school. A girl that I actually went to high school with did cosmetology school, passed, did everything, worked at a salon, everything. And it still wasn't enough for her. She was like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this. She went back to school and she became a nurse. I know other people who went to school to become business accountants, who went for law. And then even after doing all of that fucking schooling for law, they said, yeah, no, I don't want to do this. I don't like it. And they went to school to do something else. Or even if they didn't go to school, they ended up doing their own business, owning their own business, even after now having this degree. There is no set time for you to have everything together. None. There's nowhere in this world that says you have to have everything in order before you're 30. And I wish people would stop pumping that into people's minds and on social media that, oh, I need to have it all before this time. No, the fuck you don't. No, you don't. Like, no, you don't. You're fine. You're good where you're at. You're trying to figure it out. You're trying to get it together. And it's okay. And that's something that I had to understand a year ago. Almost 2 years ago. Before I turned 30, it was a lot of feeling guilty, resenting my decisions. Why didn't I listen to my parents? Why didn't I listen to family that was telling me to go this route? I should have listened to myself when I, thought that maybe I should do this instead of doing that. But instead of resenting it, and now I don't resent it as much, it was just a learning lesson. It's a part of my story. And when I get to the finish line, I can then sit here and say, oh, yeah, I got 2 degrees in criminal justice, but I ain't doing much with it. I worked at TSA, but that was about it. I ain't do nothing else with it. It's a part of the story. And it's okay for it to be a part of your story. Whatever it is you are no longer interested in. You're interested in doing something else, you're interested in doing something else. That's fine, you're a human. But like I said, if you're the type of person who knew straight out of high school, I'm going to go be a doctor, and now you're a doctor and you love it, that's fine as well. That's okay just the same. Even people that sit here and say, like, oh, well, why would you want to work for someone for the rest of your life? Not everybody on this planet wants to be a business owner. Not everybody on this planet wants to have a business or a restaurant or a body shop in their name. Some people are okay with having a 9-to-5 and possibly invest in doing investing and doing some real estate or doing some things that they are okay with, that makes them happy. But having a business is not on their agenda. That's okay. So let's also get that out of our minds, that we have to have a business or we have to be a business owner. If you want to, girl, go ahead. God, go ahead, do your thing. Like, do you, like, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you're truly interested in. But don't feel pressured to do it because it's now the wave. I seen somebody sit here and write that on, I think, Twitter or something, that, oh, it seems to be a wave now that everybody wants to be a business owner. It kind of is, but it's I feel like people do want to become business owners because it is like people are seeing that like you can work for yourself and you can also make a lot of money and do a lot of strides when it comes to it, which you definitely can. You make your own work schedule, you do for yourself, and you do what makes you happy. But oh, this poor lady, this guy almost ran her over. You do what makes you happy, and you do what makes, what you're interested in. Like people who own salons, who own clothing stores, who own detailing shops. If that's what you're interested in, then fine, definitely have that. Definitely make those strides to do that. But don't feel pressured if that's not something that you're not into. If you're not into it, you're not into it. It's okay. You can go and be that architect. You can go and be that doctor. You can go and be that veterinarian. You can go and be that dancer. You can, whatever it is that makes you happy. Don't let social media sit here and make you feel like, well, if I don't own a business, then I ain't doing it right. Shut up. You're doing just fine. That's one. That's another thing. But yeah, ultimately, like, that's what I just wanted to make, like, this very quick video, but very, like, detailed as far as, like, not letting the world and social media, like I said, dictate how we're supposed to feel and what we're supposed to do in this world because everybody else is doing it. Like, I decided to do YouTube because I'm always on it. I find helpful advice, helpful tutorials, how to do my hair, how to do certain things to my hair, I learned how to put on eyelashes from YouTube, from Aaliyah J. Shout her out. I was like not one of her first videos, but it was a video that she definitely had that I learned how to put them things on the correct way. But I personally want to do YouTube because I feel like it's a large platform for people who don't necessarily have positive reinforcements in their life. And I've been known from people who have told me, from friends, also family, that I'm a good listener, but I'm also someone who gives good advice. Do I always take my own advice? No. But, all right, hold on. Ambulance is coming. But I do share a very good amount of generous advice, I think. So I was like, why not? Why not do YouTube, and why not share and be on here and giving out advice to young women and young men who need a little push or need a little affirmation, or like, whatever, just to sit here and have someone tell you, like, you're doing good, you're doing fine, like, you're not the only person. Like I said in the beginning, in my first video, this channel is all about growing. It's all about growth. It's all about learning from your mistakes and moving forward from it. Because what are we going to do? We're going to sit here and dwell on the shit that we already did, and then nothing. Like, what are we doing that for? You learn, you live, you learn, you apply. That's it. No matter how many times it takes you, that's what you're going to do. I don't know how many times I done fucked up, especially financially, done fucked up and made a way, struggled a little bit, was blessed with help in my financial area, and boom, learned from my lesson and learned not to do that again. It's all a lesson. It's all a learning lesson. And it just makes things harder because, like I said, we're in a day and age where social media is everything. And it's a good and it's also a bad thing. It can fuck with your mental health, and it can also make you feel like you're not doing enough, but then it also gives you validation that you are doing enough. But I don't feel like there's enough validation to show people that you're doing great. You're doing a good job. What you're doing right now is enough. And you'll get there. You'll get to that point. I tell myself that all the time. All the times when, like, look, my book is here. My notebook of all me having to study. And I constantly tell myself, like, Shell, you're going to get there. You're fine. Something is going to hit. I posted something the other day where it says, either we're going to win together or I'm going to win by myself, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to lose. And that's the mindset you have to have. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be hard. The shit is going to take a very long time. But as long as you don't give up, you'll get there. You get what I'm saying? And that's just really how it is. Like, I also wanted to touch on like the fact of starting over when it comes to relationships, but I feel like that's another video. That'll be a good another video, like when I dive into like relationships and self-love, which will actually be the next. That'll probably be the next video, maybe. But I really just wanted to dive into the fact of starting over with your life, just starting over with your career, with your education, because you have to be okay with the fact that if you're not okay where you're at right now, you're more than welcome to start over. You're more than welcome to make the strides to change your career and to change your path, because that's what you want to do. Do it. Do it. Again, I got two degrees in criminal justice. I've worked for TSA for going now on 5 years. TSA was not my top 10 place to work at, but am I grateful for the job? Yes. Did I learn a lot from the job? Yes. Did I learn from myself of gaining patience? Because boy, my patience was a little less than, I don't even think there's like the smallest thing on this earth to tell you how much patience I had back then, 5 years ago. But I've learned a lot, and now I feel like I can apply that to something else, because that's what I want to do. And if that's the type of journey that you're on as well, it's fine. You'll be okay. You'll get there. You'll get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But yes, guys, I hope you guys loved this little short yet informative, positive video that I did. Stay tuned for more videos. I will be vlogging soon, putting up more videos. Like I said, just bear with me. Having school, working, living my life a little bit, it's a lot. But yeah, so more videos to come, more content to come. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you share this with your friends. Like, whoever needs to hear this, make sure you share it. That was such a bird of me. I am so hungry. I need to eat. I don't know what I'm gonna eat, but I gotta eat. All right, y'all. So I'll see y'all on the flip. Bye.